Hey there, thanks for watching. In this video, I'm going to talk about financial independence and eating out. Is it really impossible to achieve financial independence if you eat out? I'm going to share my thoughts on that coming up. So if you're interested in hearing more, then just stick around. The idea for the topic of financial independence and eating out was actually inspired by a comment that someone left on one of my earlier videos, actually where I talk about dramatically increasing my income, and I'd mentioned that I was going to join a friend for dinner at Seafood City in City Island in the Bronx. And this person left a comment, which I'm sure was probably in just kind of good-natured, saying, you'll never reach financial independence if you keep eating out. And I saw the comment and it kind of made me pause for a second because, again, I try to assume goodwill and I try to not take things too close to heart. But this comment about not being able to achieve financial independence if I eat out really made me stop and think. So the way that I approach any type of comment or feedback is always to look inside myself and really examine myself first before I look outwards at all. So I also have to say thank you so much to everyone who leaves a comment on all of my videos. I really appreciate any and all comments. I would say that 99% of the comments I receive are helpful and really insightful and fun and are really kind of good-natured. But that 1%, I'm like, I think about that. This comment, however, really made me once more look inside myself and examine my own motivations because, sure, it kind of made me think. I was like, am I eating out too much? Am I spending too much money on restaurants? Is this out of control? Is this something that I need to look at? Once more, it really triggered something inside me that made me examine myself and take a look at my own spending and behavior patterns. And here's a note, I ended up eating out 3 other times in this week. So I posted the video at the beginning of the week, the comment was made and I'd already eaten out 3 other times. So I was like, do I need to stop eating out? Am I never going to achieve financial independence if I keep eating out? So I took a look at it. Because this made me sort of examine myself and take a look at my own behavior, I decided to take a closer look. I keep track of all my expenses. If you're a longtime viewer, you know I love my Excel spreadsheets, my Google Sheets doc, where I track all of my expenses. I also have bank statements that show receipts for everything I spend on a bank card and will give me a breakdown of my spending, which is super helpful. But when it comes to my own personal record keeping, I feel more in control if I'm physically entering in a transaction. It just makes me feel more connected to the money. So I went back and I looked at my spending and I saw that I did indeed eat out on Monday, and I paid for the whole meal because this is a friend that I just love and adore, and I just wanted to celebrate her and our time together, and we had an amazing time together. Every time I hang out with her, I feel rejuvenated and renewed, and we end up laughing at the silliest things. We've been friends for 30 years and I just adore her. So we had a great time, and I would say my happiness factor from that meal was a 10 out of 10 because I had so much fun with my friend and that meal. She was actually going to make us chickpea falafel, homemade falafel, and she's like, you know what, let's get clam strips instead. And I'm like, awesome, I'm on board for that. So we did that on Monday. Then on Wednesday, I ended up going to a pub, like a gastro pub kind of thing, and had a beer. And then on Thursday, I went to a movie theater and paid for snacks at the movie theater and one more. So that's actually 4 times. On that same day, we stopped and got dessert from Magnolia Bakery in the city. So that's 4 times that I ate out, 4 additional times, and I paid for all of those. So that's 4 times I ate out. Am I never going to achieve financial independence because of this? So once more, I looked at my spending, and I didn't just look at this month because I feel like some months have more going out and socializing built into them. The summer months, especially winter months with Christmas and the holidays as well. And there's sort of less spending in March, April, May, as well in, I'm gonna say September, October is my birthday. But so there's some sort of shoulder softer months. So this is kind of a higher month. So I wanted to take the average of the preceding 8 months from this year, which also I'll say that with the pandemic restrictions lifting and wanting to support local restaurants, I for sure have been eating out more as well because of that. So that's another thing that I kind of took into account as I was examining my spending over the past 8 months in the area of food and eating out, specifically, not groceries. So overall, I've seen that just in the area of eating out, this is huge, my spending overall is about 8% of my total net income. So that's take-home pay. My spending is 8%, which is a lot. It's not terrible, but it's a lot, and that's just on eating out. Let me again say that my happiness factor when it comes to, I would say, 98% of these transactions is a 10 out of 10. Because sure, you can make your own desserts at home, you can make your own snacks, you can bring your own snacks to the movie theater. There's something about movie theater popcorn, there's something about that big giant jug-sized soda that's just really exciting and satisfying, especially after not having had that for a year and a half. So I will say that the happiness and enjoyment factor is, once more, 10 out of 10, and it's something that I do thoroughly and mindfully enjoy. So I decided to run the numbers in my handy dandy financial independence calculator spreadsheet, which is in my Etsy store, which I will leave the link to down below, because I like to kind of check in on my numbers every now and then. Let me also say a word about my financial independence number. My number is $750 because I'm on a small income, so I'm not making a huge amount of money. So the amount of money I would need to replace my basic daily living expenses is also lower. So the number that I'm shooting for is a little bit lower than your traditional financial independence number. So my current number is $750. And at my current contribution level in my tax advantaged savings accounts, with my contributions, it will take me about 15 years, give or take, to reach financial independence, meaning I have replaced my day job income. My work is now optional. I checked in on that and I ran the numbers for my current yearly contribution. And then I increased that number by 8%, which is the amount that I spend eating out currently. So I added 8% to my yearly contribution. Ran the numbers. If I contributed 8% more to my yearly contribution into my tax advantage savings accounts toward my financial independence number, currently it will take me 15 years. If I add that 8%, meaning no eating out whatsoever, if I added that into my yearly contribution, it would cut down my time to financial independence. You ready for it? Instead of taking 15 years, it would take me only 14.42 years. That's the numbers for you. By not eating out, by cutting down my restaurant budget entirely and never going into a restaurant, I would cut my time to financial independence by maybe 7 months. So I would get to retire a whole 7 months earlier. That might be worth it to some people. It's not really worth it to me. So as I'm kind of forging my own path to financial independence, I am by no means on this scorched earth, cut everything down to the bone, no enjoyment, no nothing. I am not on that path. That might be a perfect path for someone else. That's not my path. I am still headed toward financial independence because I'm still saving and I'm managing to enjoy my life mindfully and have these amazing experiences with friends that I love and treasure and really enjoy while still saving for my future and for financial independence. So while I took this comment to heart and I really appreciated it, I didn't take it too personally. It made me examine myself and decide that overall, I'm happy allocating that 8% to eating out because that brings me more than 8% joy. That brings me 150% joy. So to me, it's totally worth it. So overall, I don't believe that you need to sacrifice eating out in order to achieve financial independence. Sure, I could get there 7 months faster if I didn't eat out, but for where I am right now and with the realization that tomorrow's not guaranteed to anybody, I'm happy with the choices that I'm making today. So that's what I got for you today in the area of financial independence and eating out. I hope this has been helpful. I hope this has kind of given you some food for thought and sparked you on your own journey to financial independence. I'd love to hear your comments on this down below, so leave me a comment. And if you would, please like this video. It is a huge help to me and I really, really appreciate it. So thanks again for watching and I hope you'll keep watching. Bye.